Hello everyone and welcome back to Coach Craig Sports. Today is Thursday, so that means we'll be taking a look at the Thursday night football game in terms of single game showdown slate on both Draftkings and Fanduel. So in this video I'll be going over my player pool, my core captain picks for tonight's game, and then going into Draftkings and Fanduel, showing you guys the lineup that I have built already, as well as building another lineup together. So we're going to start off with the player pool and core captain picks. So on the DraftKings side, we got Dak Prescott at quarterback, $11,800. Definitely in play tonight. He's a little bit pricey if you want to play him in the captain spot. DraftKings has definitely done a very, very good job of pricing a lot of good players up so far this season, but Dak Prescott definitely in play once again tonight. Then Alvin Kamara looks like he's going to be back, $11,200. I don't mind spending up for him. I don't think he's going to be quite as popular just because he's been injured recently. So then we have Ezekiel Elliott. Probably not going to be quite as popular on this slate overall too. You know, everybody's like, oh, he's kind of banged up. He practiced in full this week. He should be fine. There's rumors of Tony Pollard getting maybe just a little bit more work. So maybe that just drives his ownership down just a little bit. Then next up we have CeeDee Lamb, $10,000. Obviously one of the top wide receivers for the Dallas Cowboys. As long as he's out there, as long as he's playing, which he should be because he's returning from that concussion. Definitely going to be in play tonight. Taysom Hill at quarterback, $9,600. Looking like a pretty good value overall on both sites, but on the DraftKings side, offers a little bit of rushing upside. We'll see if that's limited in any fashion at all, just because he is coming off that foot injury. But he definitely has potential. If you're not playing Taysom Hill in this one, it might be a little bit difficult for you, but could be an interesting fade if you want to do that as well. Then we move down to Amari Cooper's $8,600, coming back from his little stint with COVID, so may not be quite 100%. Maybe that drives his ownership down just a little bit as well, but definitely a solid play overall. If he finds the end zone, has a little bit of production tonight, definitely could help you out overall. Then Michael Gallup at $6,800. I do like him quite a bit. I don't mind using him in that captain spot either because his salary is a little bit cheaper. And, you know, there's Amari Cooper coming back, CeeDee Lamb coming back. But if they're limited in any fashion or have any side effects, symptoms, or anything like that, it's going to be a good game for Michael Gallup overall. Then Tre'Quan Smith, who I kind of mentioned in my start sit video yesterday, probably going to be the wide receiver of note for me for the New Orleans Saints, $5,600. Marquez Callaway is going to line up most of the time against Trevon Diggs, so I'm going to favor a guy like Tre'Quan Smith, even though we really haven't seen too much production between him and Taysom Hill in the past. I got Mark Ingram down at $5,000. This is mainly if Alvin Kamara doesn't play, but maybe if Alvin Kamara does end up playing, his ownership's down a little bit and you can play him as well. $5,000 is definitely not a price tag that's going to be like super crazy or drive you away or anything like that. Cowboys defense is in play at $4,400. They've been, kind of that bend but don't break defense, opportunistic defense where they're trying to get turnovers. Maybe they get a pick six or something like that, and that really puts them over the top. So I would definitely not rule out playing them tonight. Then we got Greg Zuerlein, the kicker, $4,200. Right in line with that normal kicker price. Yeah, I think the Cowboys are the team that's going to put up the most points tonight, so definitely in play once again. You got Juwan Johnson at $1,400. One of the main tight ends for the Saints at this point in time. If they get down in the game, if he's out there on the field, maybe he has a little bit more production than normal. Then we got our two cheap wide receivers, so I got one for both teams. Noah Brown, $600. This is kind of been my boy every time the Cowboys play single game slate because he's always out there on the field like 20% of the time at least, at the very least. So for $600, if you get a couple catches out of him, he's going to pay off. And then if something happens to one of the wide receivers ahead of him for whatever reason, then he's on the field a whole lot more. And then last but not least, we got Kenny Stills at $200. Just a dart throw here. He's been playing decent amount of snaps in most games. They did just end up cutting Kevin White as well. So should be out there on the field. Whether or not he does anything is a whole nother question, though. In terms of the core captain picks for the DraftKings side, I have Ezekiel Elliott down. I think if they're able to establish the run, if he can get some touchdowns, catch a couple balls out of the backfield, he definitely could be in play. CeeDee Lamb, as long as he's good to go, as long as he's healthy and he's out there, he's going to be one of them as well. But I think he's going to be a more popular pick in general. The two that I'm really looking at for myself in terms of GPP setting, Michael Gallup and Tre'Quan Smith. Like I mentioned with Michael Gallup, maybe everybody's looking at Amari Cooper and CeeDee Lamb, and he still gets the production. And then Tre'Quan Smith, I think, is just the better wide receiver at this point in time for the New Orleans Saints in this game. Then on the Fanduel side, we got Dak Prescott, $16,500. Not too much you can say there. He's obviously the top price player on the slate for a reason. Alvin Kamara at $15,000. As long as he's out there playing, he's definitely going to be in play. Ezekiel Elliott at $14,000. If you want to get away from Alvin Kamara, you want to spend $1,000 less, you can go to Ezekiel Elliott. Maybe you could even squeeze them two in the same lineup with Dak Prescott since Taysom Hill is so cheap on this slate, and then kind of go from there. I'm not sure exactly how that math works out, but definitely something in play. CeeDee Lamb at $13,000 in play. Mark Ingram, $12,000. This more so if Alvin Kamara doesn't play. If he plays, I don't think he's really worth that $12,000 price tag. Probably a little bit better going down to the next guy, Amari Cooper at $11,500, or even Michael Gallup at $10,500 as well. Both of them are in play. Both could have some production tonight. Then Dalton Schultz at $9,500. I know the Saints have been kind of tough on tight ends so far this year outside of last week to Dawson Knox. But if Dalton Schultz gets involved at $9,500, you could definitely do a lot worse. Greg Zuerlein, the kicker, at $9,000. Pretty standard kicker price there. Like I said, I believe the Cowboys are the team that's going to score more points in this game overall. Then we got Traquan Smith, $9,000. My favorite Saints wide receiver. And then we got Juwan Johnson down at $6,500. Definitely not a bad price, but not a guy that I'm getting to a lot. I did kind of skip over Taysom Hill there accidentally. He is $7,000. Probably going to be the chalkiest play on the FanDuel side overall. In terms of the core captain picks on the FanDuel side, Dak Prescott and Taysom Hill are probably going to be the two biggest ones since they do play the quarterback position, most likely getting the most points. Ezekiel Elliott and CeeDee Lamb, I think both are definitely going to be in play once again as well. But that is a quick little rundown on the player pool and core captain picks. We'll get over to DraftKings. I'll show you guys the lineup that I have built, and then we'll build one together real quickly. So I do have Michael Gallup in the captain spot in this one. This is a spot that I do like quite a bit for him overall. And like I said, I think everybody else is going to kind of be on those other two wide receivers. So putting Michael Gallup in your captain spot gives you a little bit of additional flexibility as well as, just differentiating your lineup a little bit more than the field. And then Dak Prescott in the regular flex spot. I don't think I'm going to have many lineups tonight that do not play Dak Prescott. I'd be very surprised if I have many at this point in time. Not sure exactly how many lineups I am playing tonight, though. Then we have Ezekiel Elliott definitely in play once again. Kind of talked about him already. Taysom Hill at $9,600. Getting both quarterbacks in here is probably going to be a good thing for tonight's slate. Traquan Smith and Juwan Johnson to pair with Taysom Hill overall. So that's the one that I do have right away. I am going to clear this one out. We're going to start over from scratch. And I'm going to put Traquan Smith in the captain spot this time. In that last lineup, it was a 3-3 stack. Typically, I like to go 4-2. But we'll see what happens if we do a 4-2 Saints stack. We got Traquan Smith, Taysom Hill. I'm going to put Dak Prescott in there right away. And then let's see if I put Alvin Kamara in, just kind of what happens money-wise. So we have $9,000 remaining. So I'm going to do this real quick. I put Kenny Stills in there as well. Then we can put Amari Cooper in here. So we could do a Traquan Smith captain, Taysom Hill, Dak Prescott, Alvin Kamara, Kenny Stills, and Amari Cooper. If you're looking for a 4-2 stack for a Saints side that's a little bit different, this could be the one for you tonight. But there's a lot of different ways you can approach this slate. Cowboys have 3 viable wide receivers, potentially 2 viable running backs. The Saints have Alvin Kamara. They have Taysom Hill. They have Traquan Smith. Marcus Callaway, if you really want to look at him, he's just not somebody I'm going to tonight personally due to price tag, matchup, everything like that. Traquan Smith's the guy that sticks out a little bit more for me. 3 different tight ends you could try to attack. Not saying any of them are going to pay off or be worth it, but there's definitely a lot of different ways you can approach this slate overall. But with that being said, we'll get moved over to FanDuel and talk about the lineup that I have built over there, as well as building another one. So this one I did build. I got Dak Prescott in my MVP spot, Alvin Kamara, and Taysom Hill. And then I put Amari Cooper and Dalton Schultz in. So this is one that I'll probably end up using myself personally tonight. Not sure exactly what type of contest I'm going to throw it in right away, but it's one that I do like quite a bit. Dak Prescott is going to be obviously the most popular MVP on this slate overall. Alvin Kamara, maybe his ownership gets drawn down just a little bit due to his injury history. People have seen that questionable tag, kind of freaking out and stuff like that. But as long as he's playing, I have no problems playing him tonight. Taysom Hill probably going to be the chalkiest play on the FanDuel side overall just because he's $7,000. You're not going to find too many price tags like that in general. Amari Cooper, Dalton Schultz, kind of heard my thoughts about them already, so I think they're both definitely in play once again tonight. So I'm going to clear this one out, and we're going to do this a little bit different because everybody else is playing Taysom Hill, or 90% of the field is probably going to be playing Taysom Hill. So how can we differentiate ourselves? We can put him in the MVP spot. I don't think a lot of people are going to be putting him in the MVP spot. So if we're doing that, I want to pair him up with Traquan Smith. I want one of his wide receivers to go with him. In this case, you could play an Alvin Kamara as well. We'll just try that one first. We have $14,500 remaining. So if we put Dak Prescott in here, we got $12,500 remaining. So we're looking at guys like Amari Cooper. There's a Tony Pollard there at $12,000. I think it's just a little bit hefty price tag for him. Michael Gallup's in play as well. I think we'll just put Amari Cooper in here for now just because it's the easiest one. Like I say, this is just a kind of an example one in general anyways. You could take away Alvin Kamara. and Amari Cooper, put in a CD Lamb, and then go from there as well. Definitely a lot of different options that you could do. This one does leave $1,000 on the table, but like I said, if you play Taysom Hill in your MVP spot, it already makes your lineup just a little bit different than everybody else that's playing Taysom Hill in that flex spot, because he's going to be one of the more popular players on the FanDuel side tonight. And then with that being said, we got Taysom Hill in the MVP spot, Traquan Smith, Alvin Kamara to pair along with him, and then Dak Prescott and Amari Cooper. So definitely could be a solid lineup there. Definitely a lot of different ways this game can go. So get in there, whether you're playing on FanDuel or DraftKings, whether you use it, whether you're hand building, whether you use an optimizer. Just try different things, see what works best for you tonight. Once again, single game slates, you're trying to tell a story or a narrative. So make sure when you're telling that story or narrative, you have the players that fit that narrative overall. But with that being said, that's a quick little rundown on the Thursday night single game showdown slate for tonight on both FanDuel and DraftKings. If you guys have any questions at all related to tonight's slate, if you want to know projected ownership as we get moved along on the day for any certain player, definitely be sure to reach out to me and I'll get back to you as quickly as possible. But with that being said, if you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing. Definitely would appreciate it. It helps to build the community that we're trying to build here at Coach Craig Sports, which is one that's truly for you, the viewers, helping you with your DFS, whether it's NFL or NBA, helping you with your fantasy football teams. And then with that being said, if you are new or current subscribers yet to do so, also hit that notification bell down below. It's going to let you know every single time I post up a new video. Like I've been saying, I post up 5 videos a week of fantasy football or NFL DFS content. So make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you got the notification bell turned on so you never miss a beat, especially when it comes to those videos. And then I also post up daily NBA DFS videos as well. So if that's something you're into, if that's something you want to try out, definitely be sure to check out those videos as well. But with that being said, that's all I have for today's video. Hopefully you all enjoyed. And then last but not least, special little shout out to each and every one of you watching today's video. I truly do appreciate you taking the time out of your day to watch this video. It definitely means a lot to me, and I hope each and every one of you has a great rest of your day.